Elon Musk is a very controversial figure. Loved by most tech bros who are astonished by drones flying coordinated in the skies of Beijing, tolerated by conservatives who try so hard to remain relevant, downright worshipped by Indians and Malaysians, and on the other hand, hated by liberals, secretly loved by globalists, and despised by true nationalists, patriots, and Americans who just want to know the truth and don't want their culture and their race being replaced by immigrants, and also who want their voices to be heard. Following the fiasco of the H1B1 Visa, a complete debacle on X, formerly known as Twitter, when Elon went full mask off, calling anyone who disagreed with him subtards, low IQ, and told them straight to their faces, and I quote, "Take a step back and f your own face." Ooh, classy. Elon, at the moment of recording this video, he's the richest man in the world. On paper. But let's dive in and draw some comparisons between him and the Antichrist, as he's depicted in the Book of Revelations, my favorite book from the Holy Bible, and I'll try my best to not sound like a conspiracy theory tinfoil hat wearer, okay? Let's see if he fits the description of the Antichrist. Let's start with the mark of the beast, which is pretty obvious in my opinion. It causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to be marked on the right hand or the forehead, so that no one can buy or sell unless he has the mark. That is the name of the beast, or the number of its name. This calls for wisdom. Let the one who has understanding reckoning the number of the beast, for it is a human number, and its number is 666. Okay, I made this joke before. Find better material, fag. So, how is that related to Elon? Well, Neuralink. An implantable brain-computer interface, like Elon said, it will make life much easier for everyone. Elon Musk is the biggest advocate for transhumanism there is, meaning merging humans with machines. Yeah, I think bro watched too much Blade Runner and played too much Deus Ex. Elon also wants to turn his platform X into an everything app, especially for payments. Fun fact, Elon back in the day wanted PayPal to be named X, but the other founders thought it was a stupid idea. Rightfully so. He wants to bring payments on X later in 2025 and use cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum on it. And he will be able to ban anyone from the platform if he so chooses. Imagine if this was your only bank account. That would ruin your life. If that ain't a power-hungry madman, I don't know what is. The logo of Grok, which is the artificial intelligence Elon developed for X, looks like a broken cross in my opinion. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth, in the sight of men. So the Antichrist will make fire come down from the sky, down to earth. That does resemble SpaceX in my opinion. And the SpaceX satellites who are used by NASA and the US Army to coordinate strikes with ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, who might be equipped with a nuclear payload. In the Book of Revelations, the Antichrist is portrayed as a celebrity who takes political action, who involves himself in politics, kinda like Elon does right now, backing up Trump, helping him win the election, and also interfering with other Western elections, like let's say in Germany when he heavily was backing up the AfD party and downright making propaganda for them on X for a fake far-right party who is made out of frauds who are not even nationalists. I made this video all about those fake far-right parties in Europe. Check it out after you finish this. Elon has a vast audience of normie, gullible individuals who clap when the plane is landing, and Elon's behavior, it's very contradictory sometimes. He often looks very ignorant about matters who most informed people already know it. Like in this recent tweet where Ian Carroll ratioed him and informing him about the AIPAC lobby who pretty much owns the US government. I also made a video about it. Check it out after you finish this. Elon often warns us about the dangers of artificial intelligence and how it can destroy the world, yet he is by far the one who invests the most in artificial intelligence, or lying about his whole life and his achievements, like this short video made by Greg Reese.
Pop culture has touted Elon Musk as some sort of eccentric heavyweight genius with humble beginnings, but this is demonstrably false. Elon Musk was born in South Africa, where he claims he grew up extremely poor, but his family owned an emerald mine. As a teenager, Elon would trade emeralds for cash in New York City, and his father bragged how they had so much money we couldn't even close our safe. Musk claims to have had about $100,000 of student loan debt, but he received a full scholarship to the University of Pennsylvania, where he bought a 10-bedroom frat house with his friend Adeo Resi and ran an illegal nightclub. The pop culture claim is that Elon has an IQ of 155, but this has never been tested, and after being accepted into Stanford for PhD studies, he dropped out after 2 days. After dropping out, Elon began his first business venture with his brother Kimball, Zip2, which was essentially a digital version of the Yellow Pages. The brothers received tens of thousands of dollars from their parents, and yet Elon denies this. An associate of Elon's father, Greg Curry, got involved to bring in investors, but Elon's code was no good, so they had to hire on professional coders to rewrite everything. Zip2 was then sold for $307 million to Compaq, who later shut it down without ever earning a profit. Elon made $22 million, bought a $1 million McLaren F1 supercar, which made mainstream news, before he totaled the uninsured vehicle. Musk then went on to create an online bank, X.com. He partnered with banking expert Harris Fricker, Edward Ho, and Christopher Payne. All three ended up leaving the company after accusing Elon of lying to the media about the quality of their product. Elon claims he founded PayPal. Before the company was named PayPal, it was known as Confinity. It was founded in 1998 by Peter Thiel and Max Levchin. After losing millions of dollars, Elon's X.com was bought by Confinity in a merger in 2000. All Musk contributed at Confinity was his own power struggle. He made himself CEO and pushed to change the name to X.com. The executive team successfully petitioned to fire Musk while he was away on vacation. Part of Musk's resignation agreement stipulated that all references to founders of the company will be removed from their website, allowing Elon to claim credit, which so far is all he has ever achieved. Peter Thiel then rebranded the company as PayPal, went public, and sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. Elon made $180 million from the deal, which he then invested into Tesla, SpaceX, and failed company SolarCity. Elon falsely claims to be the founder of Tesla. Tesla was founded in 2003 by Mark Tarpenning and Martin Eberhard, who developed the Tesla Roadster. When Tesla Motors began looking for venture capital, they approached Elon Musk, who had the fake credibility as PayPal's co-founder. Musk joined with the condition that he be named chairman of the board. In emails, Musk was upset that the media was not giving him credit for Tesla Motors and went after Martin Eberhard, replacing him as CEO. He then forced Eberhard out of the company and rewrote the company's history to have himself listed as an original co-founder. Martin Eberhard, the man behind the Tesla Roadster, was promised the first Roadster off the assembly line, but Musk screwed him over on that as well and sent that car into space.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
So who is Elon Musk? Elon describes his father as being an evil, abusive man. His father, Errol Musk, has been accused of being a pedophile and fathered a child with his stepdaughter, who is 42 years younger than him. This spoiled, narcissistic failure, son of accused pedophile, wants to put computer chips in everyone's brain so that we can merge with artificial intelligence. His girlfriend is now bragging how this could all lead to a communist utopia. And strangely enough, former Nazi and head of NASA, Werner von Braun, predicted a man named Elon would conquer Mars in a 1952 novel that he wrote. Which is odd, because NASA has partnered with Elon's SpaceX to work towards colonizing Mars. Elon Musk, like everything else in today's modern society, is a fraud, a fake genius, to you by the fake news.
Even him whose coming is according to the working of Satan, which all power and signs are lying wonders. The Antichrist works through deception, fooling the world with false miracles and false technological wonders like Elon does with the supposed future journey to Mars. Yeah, let's clarify some things, and I'll say this only once. If you're an adult and believe that this spurg will get you to Mars and will colonize Mars, you're a gullible imbecile with a room temperature IQ who knows nothing about basic physics, human biology, or the fucking weather of Mars. Okay? You are one of those mouth droolers who clap at poorly made Stanley Kubrick movies made in a rush, sponsored by NASA. Okay? First, develop critical thinking, and then come back and talk to me, okay? For false messiahs and false prophets will appear, and will produce great signs and wonders in order to deceive, if possible, even the elect. Now, let's look at the more obvious, and that is his appearance and his attire. Take for example his costume at a red carpet party in New York City wearing the Devil's Champion outfit, a red armor with the sigil of Baphomet on his chest. Baphomet being a very well-known demon from Western occultism, Satanism, and Thelema that represents sexual sin, transgenderism, sodomy, and blasphemy against Christ. On the back of his Halloween costume, you can see an inverted cross whom represents a mockery out of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ in this particular context. Now I know that in Christianity the inverted cross also represents how Saint Peter was crucified because he demanded to be crucified in this position, saying that he is not worthy to die like the Lord Jesus Christ did on the cross, but that's besides the point. You might say now, oh, come on, Geo, it was just a stupid Halloween party. He was just fooling around, and I would say, okay, fair enough, but I'm not entirely convinced. What about this white jacket worn by Elon at the Met Gala who reads Novos Ordo Seclorum, meaning the New World Order? That's kinda suspicious, not gonna lie. Or what about this necklace which he wears almost everywhere he goes that depicts the Greek letter Alpha with an all-seeing Masonic eye in the middle? That's kinda suspicious. What about his mother, who has very strange photo shoots, whom poses as a literal demon from hell? And I don't wanna sound disrespectful, but she kinda looks like a demon, not gonna lie. Or a Jew. And now you must say, come on, Geo. She's just a crazy old lady with money who has nothing better to do. And I would say, okay, fair point. But let's read a tweet that I think hits the nail in the head in regards to the whole H1B1 debacle and fiasco. Elon Musk no doubt played a significant role in Trump's election, both financially and by amplifying his message on X. Now, Musk seems to believe he can act as a kingmaker around the world. Kinda like the Antichrist. Likely hoping to secure lucrative contracts in the process. He appears to be attempting to orchestrate a sort of global tech bro coup in the Western world, aiming to put governments all around the world under the control of an elite few. His actions are exposing him as a power-hungry narcissist, and that's a strong chance he will ultimately fail. Politics is about much more than media and memes. Social media doesn't create movements, it only reflects them. The moods and the interests of the people are shaped by deeper forces, primarily the shifting state of the economy. Those greater forces, not a single individual, drive public sentiment and political change. Musk believes that he can fan the flames of those shifts and then guide them in the direction he wants. The Republican and Democratic Party elites thought they could do the same and did so for a time, only for it to backfire in their faces. Regardless of how hard they tried, they could not impose ideas or candidates onto the people that the masses were not willing to accept. Like them, Musk is overestimating his ability to control the course of political movements. The truth is, Elon didn't cause Trump's win. Trump likely would have won regardless. Elon simply backed the right candidate earlier than some. And it wasn't particularly difficult to do, considering the political pendulum in the United States tends to swing in only two directions. With Joe Biden not exactly being a youthful or particularly popular candidate, it wasn't hard to foresee how Trump could make a comeback. So it would be wrong to overestimate Elon's influence. Musk also believes he's a true populist in the vein of Trump, but in reality he's far from it. The H1B1 Visa scandal, where he exploited foreign labor to undercut American workers, revealed how deeply unpopular he truly is, with scores of conservatives. The specific group of people he's been courting and manipulating for years, turning on him and roasting him on his own platform. During that moment, Elon completely freaked out. His mask slipped, revealing a deeply fragile man-child who throws a tantrum whenever he doesn't get his way. Millions of former fans now know him for what he truly is. He is not a champion for the people, but rather a self-serving elitist who puts profit over national interests. Musk is one of the nastiest kinds of people, a selfish, manipulative figure pretending to be a benevolent and altruistic person. Kinda like the Antichrist, don't you agree? He has all the ingredients of what you would describe as evil. He must be exposed and stopped, although I suspect he will likely accomplish that himself. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Elon is a crook and a fraud. And I believe that he's a horrible father. I mean, how can you take seriously a guy who names his kids Tau Technomechanicus Musk or X-A12? Imagine treating your own kids like puppets. Like literal puppets, and mock and downright ridicule your own child like that. Imagine estranging your own son and ridicule him because he became mentally ill because of your failure as a father figure to him. This is sickening. This is literally Satanism. And I think that the best video critique made on this specific subject about the whole H1B1 Visa scandal was made by none other than, I would say, our greatest soldier in the nationalist movement. For white guys. And that is, of course, Sam Hyde, with his viral video titled Dear Elon. I've never seen someone humiliate someone so high profile like Musk in such a polite manner. If you haven't watched it by now, do yourself a favor, sit back, relax and watch it. It's 45 minutes long, I believe, but it's more than worth it. Trust me. Now let's get back on track. The book of Revelations talks about the Antichrist as a Christian philanthropist. He will speak the name of God. He will appear as a Christian, but in reality, he serves Satan. Check this out.
I'm culturally Christian. I grew up Christian. I mean, I was Anglican, was baptized, went to Sunday school. Actually, oddly enough, I was sent to Hebrew preschool and Anglican Sunday school at the same time. So it was Hava Nagila one day, Jesus Elo the next. But I'm not Jewish, it's just that my father's two partners in his engineering firm went to the same Hebrew preschool and it was near our house, so I just got sent there.
I see a big contradiction here. So, here's my personal take. I don't think Elon Musk is the Antichrist. He certainly is an Antichrist. You see, I think that there are several Antichrists throughout the world right now that fit the description of the Antichrist to some extent like Elon does. Meaning a man who deceives, who is a wolf in sheep's clothing, who appears kind, but in reality, he is just looking to establish the New World Order. And I think there are a number of men who actually fit in the description of the Antichrist pretty well, like Donald Trump, Bill Gates, George Soros, Klaus Schwab, Larry Fink, and so on and so forth. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed, which things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of birth pains. As we've seen from the past 3 years by now, we've seen the Ukraine war, the genocide in Gaza, the Syrian coup, wars all over the Middle East, wars all over Africa, and apparently the third temple will soon begin its construction in Al-Aqsa in Jerusalem. The signs are all there. I would love to recommend you a channel here on YouTube, and it's called Father Spyridon Bailey. He's an Orthodox Christian priest who makes the best videos, in my opinion, here on YouTube. Full of serenity, full of wisdom, and he made those 2 videos that I will link down below, talking about the Antichrist more in depth and the coming of the end of the world. And I assure you, he is the only channel on YouTube that I have the notifications turned on whenever he posts a new video. I personally believe that we truly live in the end times. And I'm not even joking. I know I always joke on this channel, but this time I'm dead serious. Every month from the past 6 years, I would say, a new verse or a new chapter from the book of Revelations was fulfilled. Look at Hollywood, a cesspool of degeneracy, crime, immorality, the literal depiction of Sodom and Gomorrah engulfed in flames like never in history. I don't know, I might be wrong. But let's focus on the bright side of it. We have the chance to rebuild again. Those who will still be alive, I mean. We can rebuild a world where we have order, law, follow tradition, follow our cultural roots, follow Christ, all for our people. So my message is, don't despair. Don't despair. It might be just a renewal of the cycle of civilization. Only God knows.
Subscribe, you silly Billy!